Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in Manchester, ahead of Crolla and Kate Taylor.
Yeah, I know.
And
Good fight. Same weight class.
Exactly. Let's stop with Anthony Crolla. He gave up a heart-warming speech. I was almost in tears there.
It's like, we only really told you the good parts. Yeah, obviously the injury, but before that, what you don't realise is the fight in front of 1,200 people against Kieran Farrell for the English title, where he was fighting for his career. You know, when he lost in the semi-final of Prize Fighter, when he beat Gavin Rees, Derry Matthews, also the John Murray win at Manchester, which was a massive springboard for him as well. You missed out. So Crolla's story is incredible. You know, he really is genuinely one of the nicest guys. And by the way, I know everyone just presumes that this is like a gimme last fight. This isn't a gimme last fight. He can lose this fight on Saturday. This guy's a decent fighter. Lost a close decision to Tatley for the European title. Very tough, very game. And what Joe said, you know, Crolla's like top 5 with virtually every governing body. This kid can change his entire career. He's going to come at it for 10 hard rounds. And when you've told yourself it's the last fight, it's very hard to sort of, I don't know how you do that, get yourself motivated. But you've got to put all your focus and energy into, as we call it, one last dance for Crolla. It's going to be an emotional occasion.
Oh, we've seen guys like Ricky Hatton, Nigel Benn. Charles Atkinson's the only one that I can think of right now that's stayed retired.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that with Crolla, are we?
No, and it's hard because I've spoke to him a few times in his camp, and he sort of said to me, "Feeling so good." He said, "I'm sparring. People are coming.
32,
people are coming out and saying, this is the best I've ever seen you spar." But isn't that a nice time to walk away, you know, at a time where essentially you are, you know, boxing hasn't taken away from you in that respect in terms of your timing, your speed. He feels great, but he's got to win. I really want him to win because I don't want to retire having lost a fight that he should really be winning, you know. But at the same time, I want him to have a tough enough fight where he don't go in there, knock someone out in 2 rounds and go, do you know what, I could do this, I could do that. You know, and I think this guy's going to give him that type of fight, the kind of fight where it will be back and forwards, and at the end of it, he can sit in the change room with his feet up and go, no, it's the right time.
Kate Taylor then, she's standing right behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, undisputed down at lightweight.
Yes.
She's facing I watched Leonardo do it.
It's a tough fight.
She looks big and strong.
Do you know what? It's another one where people just presume, oh, it's Kate, so who's she fighting? Christine Leonardo, I've never heard of her. You know, you've got to actually look at the matches. This is a proper tough fight. She's moving up at 140. Leonardo's very big, very strong, punches very hard with the right hand. Katie's coming off a brutal fight herself. You know, again, Katie's coming into, I won't say because she's done, but it's like the last phase of it. You know, but like she's done hundreds of thousands of rounds. And at what point you come through fights like, you know, Persoon and Tough, and all her world championship fights, Volante, Bustos, Farias, they've all been really tough fights, you know. So she's done rounds. Like, it's going to catch up with her at some point. She looks fresh. She's had a great camp. This is a tough challenge, chance to make some more history. You know, become a 2-weight world champion. And everybody's looking at Katie Taylor right now as the scalp. You know, you've got Serrano calling her out and saying things every day. We've signed Breakhouse. You know, you've got McCaskill. You've got the Pursoon rematch,
Chantel
which must
Cameron
happen as well. Chantel Cameron. You know, so everybody wants a piece of her, but she's just got to keep winning. But the challenges are huge. This is a big challenge. Pursoon rematch is a huge challenge. Serrano fight's a huge challenge. Breakhouse, you know, 2 undisputed champions could be going at it. That's a huge fight as well. So, you know, it's when you're top of the tree, everybody wants the scalp.
To break down the rest of the card for me, I think the one I'm looking forward to the most is Cash.
Brilliant fight, really good breakout fight for both. You know, Felix Cash, one of those guys who we've brought through, good amateur. The breakout fight comes into the other guy's backyard. He's sold 700 or 800 tickets. It's going to be 8,000 or 9,000 people there on Saturday night, all cheering for Cullen. Tough fight for Felix Cash, but the winner of that fight goes out into a major player in the domestic middleweight scene. And Felix has got a lot of ability. You know, we saw Jack Cullen against John Harding Jr. box really well. Huge, really tall, really upright. Yeah, I know. And that's going to be a really tough fight for both men. Good bit of needle and a lot on the line. That's a very important fight for their career. Martin Piccoli against Rodney Hernandez is a really good heavyweight fight as well. Hernandez, you know, we saw him in a very close fight with Joey Daweko. He always comes to fight. He's got a couple of notable wins on his record. Joe Ham against Kez Ashfaq, really good fight as well. And by the way, Terry Harper against Vivian Obernorth is another really good fight. We've seen Obernorth stop Natasha Jonas. She's a real handful. And Terry Harper's coming on the blind side. You know, she's really, really good. Steffi's doing a great job with her. Big things coming for her. And it's a big card. You know, again, we're coming off 3 Fight of the Year contenders, and now I saw someone say, "Oh, the worst card I've ever seen." It's like, mate,
Just give you 3 in the 3
yeah,
weeks,
I know,
so.
but it's not just that. Trust me, this is a quality card. You'll see it on Saturday. So disappointing to lose Boazzi against Caparello, but Cody steps in, and it's going to be a good show.
I want to go back to last Saturday. I know Cougar spoke to you coming out of the ring there, but I want to get you. It's been a few days now. You've had time to reflect on the fight. Is it fight of the year for you, Josh Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so many. I thought, to be honest, Golovkin-Derevyanchenko was a great fight. I mean, it wasn't one that going into we were saying this is going to be a fight of the year. We were saying that with Prograis Taylor, and I hoped that it would be, because I couldn't see anything else but a great fight. After 4 rounds, I was really thinking that Prograis was the favourite in that fight. Josh boxed so well, he wore him down, you know, he stuck to a game plan, he stayed on the inside for a lot of the time, worked him to the body, made sure the work rate was always, you know, firing. It was a massive win. Great fight, great spectacle of boxing, and that's good, and that's important, especially when you're doing a pay-per-view event, you know, because you get to a stage and, you know, the undercard was good, like on paper it's brilliant, it was good, but some of the fights didn't quite gel like I thought they would, so you get to the main event, it's like, we want a cracker, and we got a cracker, and like from a promoter's point of view, it's another event where no one can moan. Everyone got value for money, and that's yeah, but it does, and that's down to the fighters, not down to me. I put together what I believe will give you value for money. The fighters have to perform. They did, and everyone got another fight of the year.
Ramirez fight. I mean, everyone's talking about the undisputed.
Yeah.
You don't work with Bob, you don't work with Ramirez, you don't work with Josh Taylor. But can you see, is that going to be a fight that's easy to make in the near future?
I mean, Ramirez has got Postol, and then I think he's got a WBO mandatory as well. So, yeah. So I think, you know, the undisputed. Whenever there's a chance to make an undisputed fight, you've got to really try and grab it. I would like to see Josh Taylor. You know, through his win, his profile has risen considerably. But before that win, his profile wasn't non-existent, but it was small.
Yeah.
In like, look at what the guy's achieved. That's 16 fights now. Won a world title, unified it straight away. This guy should be a walking star. He's on the right path, but I would like to see him go back, maybe defending Edinburgh Castle. Yeah, I'd love to see him fight Ritson at St James's Park. He could even take a fight in America. Like, he's in a good place. Do you know what I mean? But there's still, for me, he probably won't want to hear it, and maybe people around him won't want to hear it. But there's still some building to do. Do you know what I mean? But he's only had 16 fights, so he's got a long way left in the sport. And the undisputed fight, the Jose Ramirez fight, is a brilliant fight.
A couple more questions. Did you see my interview with Ricky Burns post-fight?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Listen, I have to be honest. I thought he just lost the fight.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not going to lie to anyone, like, and tell him that I thought he just lost the fight because I thought Selby nicked a lot of the late rounds, and you know, but it's hard because I didn't feel like it was a performance. Although the style was tough for Ricky and Selby boxed well and he was awkward. I didn't see any decline in Ricky Burns in that performance to his last 3 or 4 performances. And in the gym, we don't see any decline at all. We just see a guy who's training harder than ever, who's fitter than all the other kids, who's sparring the same. And he loves boxing. So you just got to say to yourself, do you want to carry on? He does.
Can you do for Crolla, like what you did here in Manchester, for Ricky up in Glasgow? Can
Quite
you do
possibly,
like that?
but we need to have we need to have the right opponent, but we also need to have strength in the card. Like Crolla against Erzketa, for me, is not a standalone main event with a thin card. Do you know what I mean? It's part of a big night, Katie Taylor, etc., etc. But with Burns, it's who you fight. Now, Burns could fight Linares, and that would be a main event. If he wants to fight at the same kind of level as Erzketa, no disrespect to him, but you should be beating him, then we need to bolster it with a big card as well. But I'm up for doing a big card in Scotland. I mean, there's a really good... MTK got a good fight coming up with Lee McGregor. The winner of that could be on a card like that in a big fight, you know? So there's lots of opportunities, but for me, I don't see Ricky Burns retiring. You know, I don't.
Finally, you're going to be a wrestling fan tonight, Tyson Fury against...
Yeah, I'm not, but
I'm
I'm not going to watch it. What time's it on?
I think it's quite early, I think it's 8.
Is it? Okay. I'll try and catch it. I think it's great. I mean, it's good for Saudi as well because obviously they get another big event before Joshua Ruiz, and you know, people can see, like the fans can see from the footage and stuff like that. This is like, you see him out there enjoying himself. This is an entertainment capital now. So Yeah, is he going to win?
What do you think?
I hope he wins.
What do you think? We've got a bet on it.
I hope he performs well and gets the win. I hope he don't get injured. Because he's going to get body slammed, isn't he? I mean, is he going to get body slammed or?
Well, maybe that Braun Strowman's massive.
No. I wonder how they'll script it. Like, they can't really have Fury win, can they? Because
they let Mayweather win when he fought.
Oh, did he?
I think it's. I might watch it, man.
No, I don't see.
I'm probably the wrestling fan since I was 10 years old.
I used to love it.
Yeah.
I used to love it with Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, the Bushwhackers. Yeah, she looked really like Bushwhackers. Yeah, same bond.
This is going to be the last one. Chavez, Jacobs, any news on that? I mean, it's 7 weeks before.
Yes, we're about ready to announce that fight. We're looking at taking that fight to Phoenix actually, which we'll announce possibly before the Canelo Kovalev fight, or even on the broadcast.
So Saturday night.
Yeah, it's very
good stuff. Looking forward to that. I've got the media beaving down my neck because there's a big line there. But thanks for this, TV as always, Eddie. Thanks very much.
Well done.